Welcome to Business Central Launch Edition 2025 Release Wave 2. In this session, I will show you new feature in sustainability, and this is enabled to measure all gases as a carbon equivalent. It can help a lot in specific situations. So let's switch to explain business values. It can simplify access to emission factors. What is about. Very often you cannot find emission factors for each of gases. For example, you can find for carbon, but not for methane. Some of producers of emission factors or publishers, they will publish all this information, but not so often. So there is a very often situation you want to deliver carbon equivalent for methane, carbon equivalent for natrium, for other gases. So this is common, and this is something what I got as a feedback from many partners. So now we will simplify this access to emission factors because we are asking if you set up this way only for carbon equivalent. So it will simplify emission factors, it will simplify data entry and standardized emission reporting, so it will be much easier for carbon equivalent values. So how it works? Because now depends how you will set up. You have two options. If you want to use previous model, where you wanted to use all emissions as accurate emissions for each of gases. This is something what we already had in the system. You just need to continue to use this way. So you will have, for all of them, you need to enter accurate emissions per each of gas when posting. So in sustainability journal or in a purchase document, so everywhere you need to enter for each of gases accurate information. But if you set up and if you want to use all information as a carbon dioxide equivalent for all gas emissions, you need to go to sustainability setup and to enable carbon equivalence for all gases. And from this moment, you will see we will have changes in all your pages. So all your page will show different captions for emissions. Earlier, for example, you can find methane, so CH4, default emission for CH4. Now it will be written carbon equivalent for CH4. So this is what you will get. Everywhere will be different. We will get automatically pre-set up emissions fees based on this new approach. And this is what you will see. So you, in all documents, in sustainability journals, in purchase documents, sustainability ledger entries, even on items, on resources, everywhere you will see new caption, and you need to enter only carbon equivalent for these gases. So let's make a look. This is before enable setup. So you will see on item card, we have default carbon dioxide, default methane, and other gases. So all of them are regular, and you need to enter accurate emission. So if you switch to purchase invoice, again the same. Default CO2, default CH4, so all default emissions. Even when we go to ledger entries, again the same information. But now when we switch to sustainability setup, you can see this new field use all emissions as a carbon equivalent, and when we enable it, from this moment we will have different captions, and it assumes that you will enter different information. So now when I look into item cards, you will see that this is default carbon equivalent for carbon dioxide, default carbon equivalent for methane. And if you again go back to the same purchase invoice, yes, now new captions, default carbon equivalent for all these gases. What else we got automatically configured in a background? Because we have these emission fees where we already had a carbon equivalent factor for all of these gases, but now as we are using carbon equivalent for all of them will be set up as a 1, because this is default value. But if you do not use it, you need to use different carbon equivalent for all of these gases. So this is everything about this functionality. On the first side, very small, but very useful information based on how you track your gas emissions. So before I close this session, I would like to remind you to check all these general business center resources. Interesting information, you can learn a lot. Then do not forget to subscribe on LinkedIn channel, where you can find weekly news, additional announcements from our team. And watch more videos on YouTube. Only for sustainability we have 7 or 8 videos for this edition, but you can find from many additional functionalities in this edition and previous editions, so go there, aka MSBC YouTube. And thank you for watching this session.